Hello team, how's it going? Welcome to combatreadyhq and welcome to today's newest video. We are talking about the British Army, the British Armed Forces, and we're carrying on a discussion that we have been discussing over the last year: recruitment and retention. Is the British Army Armed Forces too small now? And just before we start, I'd like to thank today's sponsors, DYU Cycles. Introducing today's sponsors, DYU Cycle. In the hustle and bustle of city life, finding the perfect balance between convenience and sustainability can be a challenge. But fear not, because DYU Cycles is here to revolutionise your urban commutes and urban adventures. Introducing the DYU C1, the Optimine of urban mobility. With its sleek design and cutting-edge features, the C1 is not just a bike, but a lifestyle choice. From its 26-inch wheels, 7 gears, disc brakes, front torque, shock absorbers and a vibrant display, it is crafted with precision engineering. The DYU C1 boasts a robust build that can handle the rigorous city's streets with ease and the urban trails. From its responsive disc brakes, its smooth gear transitions, every aspect of the C1 is designed to elevate your riding experience. Don't let its urban prowess fool you. The DYU C1 is equally at home and great in the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the rugged trails or cruising through scenic countryside, the C1's versatility knows no bounds. Let's talk about power. With 3 distinct riding modes, you've got efficient, you've got default and you've got sport. The C1 adapts to your needs. With maximum range for a daily commute, then choose efficient. Craving for that adrenaline-fueled adventure? Switch to sport mode for an exhilarating ride. Here's the best part though. Charging is a breeze. With the DYU C1, simply plug in and power up. With no hassle of removing the battery, it's convenience redefined. So whether you're zipping through the city streets or exploring the hidden trails, make every an adventure with DYU Cycles. Join the movements to sustainable transportation and embrace the freedom of electric biking. Power your ride with DYU Cycles, where innovation meets adventure. Experience the future of urban mobility with DYU Cycles. Check them out in the link below. Really support the channel. They provide high quality bikes. I appreciate every link and purchase. If you have any questions, then don't hesitate to send me an email or contact me on Instagram. Once again, thank you to today's sponsor, DYU Cycles. The reason I bring this up today is everything that's going on in the world. We've got the Russia and Ukraine war, been going on for over 2 years now. We've got very high tensions in the Middle East. You've got Israel attacking Gaza. You've got Israel and Iran. We've also constantly got a threat from Russia. The Cold War's ended, but the threat's always there, and there's always the threat from sort of Beijing, China. Yes, we're part of NATO. Yes, we have a lot of allies and we're close to America, but we can't always rely upon them, in my personal opinion. So what is it we do? Well, we need to improve recruitment and retention. Apparently, the figures show the British Army is now down to just over 75,000 personnel. The British Armed Forces is at a number of around 180,000 personnel, with 50,000 or so being reserves. So we're actually only around 130,000 strong in full-time, full-trained personnel across the 3 services. That's 130,000. I think the US Marines is well above that, just the US Marines alone. Last year, in the last 12 months, approximately 16,000 people left the British Armed Forces. 16,000. Have a guess how many joined? Approximately 10,500 joined. That is a massive negative. From joining to losing. So we are decreasing at a rapid rate. And I know back in around 2012, 2013, the government, we're going to shrink the army and made loads of redundancies. They didn't need to. They did not need to make loads of redundancies because the majority of people were left, especially after Afghanistan finished. A lot of people decided to leave due to their own sort of issues and having served their time. And then the army's just continuing sort of decreased from there. Is this a pay issue? Is it a management issue? Have they lost a lot of the perks? There's no operations going on as well. People join the military, especially the British Army, to fight, and there is no fighting going on. Don't get me wrong, I think if a war kicked off, you'd have a lot of people step up and join. But another issue we've got is actual recruitment. Approximately 54% of personnel withdrew their applications last year due to the process taking too long. I speak to quite a few people in the Discord, our Discord channel, via Instagram and emails, and they're constantly telling me they're trying to join the army, but it's taken too long. I know people that have gone through the process for a year and a half, and they are still going, thankfully, but some have given up. And you could be losing some very good people, some very good soldiers, due to just the lack of poor recruitment, management and administration of Capita. They're saying it now takes around 140 days to get through recruitment. That's still a little bit too long, but I don't believe it, to be honest. The majority of our people who I speak to, it's taken 6 months to a year, if not longer, to get through recruitment. It's just an insane amount of time to join the army. And I know for a fact, I'll do another video on this, some of those getting in aren't even being security checked. Capita are massively failing, but the armed forces are also failing on retention. You need to figure out both, and how are we going to do that? Because, like I said, tensions are high. With everything going off in the Middle East and the Russian-Ukraine war still going on, people keep going in the news. 55,000 people could be called up upon, including myself, if a war kicks off. Right, we can't rely on veterans. Half of us are most probably out of shape, long hair and beards, and are out of touch with modern day equipment that's been brought in. You need to have a full-time, fully trained military ready to respond to any situation, and at the minute we do not have that. We couldn't respond to anything, in my personal opinion. Could we get a brigade or two out the door? Yeah, most probably. Is it big enough, strong enough? Most probably not. So what is it we're going to do? They've now allowing you to wear beards, and I made a joke in a video about this, going, all those that wanted to possibly join the army but didn't because they wanted to grow a beard, you now can. I think that's a ridiculous way of trying to get people to stay in the army. You're not going to keep someone just because they can grow a beard. I was chatting to a mate in the household cavalry, and apparently 5 people from his squadron turned up after Easter leave. It wasn't as funny as I thought. Only 5 people turned up with a beard. So you need to increase pay. Nowadays, people are quite money incentive when joining the military. I think when I joined, it wasn't about the army, about the money. It was about going to Iraq. It was about going to Afghan. Pay is a big thing. No, pension's a massive one. I think they have lost a lot of personnel due to changing the pension in 2015. I think you need to scrap that. Go back to the 05. Pension's a massive one. You really need to sort out housing. Married quarters, and sort out that service. Yes, they've built new quarters, but the service is so poor, and I know a lot of families get really fed up with it. Food's a massive one. You're overcharging on poor quality food. You've got young guys joining now, paying for accommodation that goes up with inflation that their pay doesn't match, and then food goes up with inflation that their pay doesn't match, and then they've got to pay £4 or £5 a meal now. For really poor quality food. You get a chicken breast that's most probably about that big, and you go and pick up another chicken breast, and this, the person behind the counter is like, that's £1.50 for the extra chicken breast. And you're like, what? How are you even charging me £1.50 for a very small chicken, as they call it, protein? £1.50 for the protein. Absolute ridiculous idiots. Sort the food out, sort the pay out, sort the pension out. You still get the medical, you still get the dental, you're still sort of traveling the world, right? Bring back more adventure training. I remember when I joined, adventure training was just thrown at you. Who wants to go here to do this? Who wants to go do that? We're going to go and do a squadron do this week. We're going to go away and do adventure training. And then you've got skiing at the end of the year. And then who wants to go and do some speed boating? I don't know. Adventure training and sport was just thrown at you. Now it just seems to have slowed down. Used to be able to go on the piss all the time and actually have a laugh and let off some steam because you were busy all the time. They've now taken that away. All right, bring some fun back to the military and sort out the pay, the pension, and the food and the accommodation, and you will retain a lot more. And then just better management and promotion. Stop promoting people on face. Like, yeah, that he's really loud. He's loud. He shouts. He's really loud. He's really funny. But actually, he's a shit soldier. But you're promoting him off the back of it. Or, yeah, he's in the stores and we just need someone promoted in the stores. And just because he's there, we're going to promote him. I know so many people who are coming top and very near the top of the board, getting really good SJARs, but are not promoting because someone else is getting a better write-up because they're needed and their face just fits, but they actually can't do the job. Like, stop promoting people on that. Actually promote the good guys. The amount of guys it's taken way too long to get to like corporal, sergeant, or corporal of horse and household cavalry when they should have got it so much quicker, and someone else is getting it just because of where they are or who they know or because they're loud. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Promote people and actually on their ability. Like, stop writing. I've seen it before. People have been written up good SJARs because they want to get him out to transfer. The guy decides not to transfer, has a brilliant SJAR, stays in the regiment and promotes off it. Like, crazy. Just sort it out. Retention's a big one. We are massively failing. I don't think we could respond and get involved in a major conflict like Afghan or Iraq again, or those two going off simultaneously. Can you imagine that nowadays? We just wouldn't be able to handle it. So yeah, what do you think of the military size? You know, are the armed forces big enough? Are they too small? I'd be very, very interested to see what your thoughts are below. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you soon.